It is Dorino himself, Gilbert Burns, the UFC's number 8 ranked welterweight contender, and the man who we now know is headlining at the UFC Apex on May 17th against Michael Morales. Gilbert, always good to see you. Obviously, you were supposed to fight May 10th. It gets moved to May 17th, and now we're going 5 rounds instead of 3. How does this discussion come in? Like, how does it all come about that you get tabbed to say, hey, let's move your date, let's move you to a main event? How does that all happen?
Bro, it's so many changes happening even before that. Like so many. Like people have no idea. We supposed to fight in Miami, but then the fight started getting pushed, and we were gonna headline Kansas City, and then we say yes. We both say yes. We both agreed, and then next day change it, and we're gonna to headline the May 3rd on Iowa, and we say yes. And then we end up on the Canada card in Montreal. And then last week, I think Monday or Tuesday last week, Ali called me and said they need a main event for May 17th. And, I'm going to say yes. So I talked to the coaches. They all like it. But, yeah, the fight changed like 5 dates, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
That's crazy. So how challenging is that for you, right? Because you're trying to, you got a family to take care of, you got businesses, you got to plan your training camp. It's not like it's that easy. Like there's so much to move around. So how challenging is it when they kept changing these dates on you?
Well, those changes were quick, like it didn't affect much because whenever we start sit down and planning, we kind of had a date. And the initial date was Miami. They would push forward. In 2 days, they give me 2 dates, April 26th and May 3rd. None of was done, and then was done deal by May 10th. And whenever was done deal, we make a plan. Everything was good, but then they just push. Literally, they just push 1 week forward. Yeah. So it didn't change it much. It changed a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's a good date. I like it. I like all the fans in Canada. I had a great time. Every time that I go to Canada, I went there when Vitor fought John Jones, I was there. I fought Aubin Mercier over there. I cornered Chess Caddy there. I went there a couple of times. I always had fun. Fans there are amazing. The only crazy thing there is the taxes, so I had to lose a little money. So I'm happy that I'm not losing that money. We're fighting here in Vegas. And mentally, it's good too, because that last fight, I had no excuse. Shout out to Sean Brady. He went there, he did his thing, but had a little problems with the weight cut. And then sometimes I don't want to get back to the place that I just fought, And then I'm doing that right now. Mentally, it's good to go back and face all of that. So it's actually worked out good.
I love it, man. So you talked about, it was funny because you talked about the tax thing. That's real talk, right? Like I knew that had to be better. There's no state income tax here in Las Vegas. You go international. But I was just wondering, like, how do discussions go about? Like, how much do you talk about, right? Like, is not traveling to Canada better for taxes? Is 5 rounds better than 3? Is a main event at the Apex versus a 3-round fight in front of a big crowd? Is it? How many things do you talk about when you decide should we do this? Because or do you just say to hell with it? Yeah, let's go. We don't care.
No, I talk to the coaches. First thing that being doing to this camp is not doing everything by myself. It's like talk to all my coaches through anything that happened. If I have a little injury, if I have a little thing, if anything coming, if we gotta, I always talk to every single one of the coaches, and I have so many coaches. So. I talked to when Ali called me. That was the first guy that I talked to her, talked to my wife, and then I started talking to each one of the coaches. Every single one like it, and they say, well, what is good? And they say, I like 5 rounds. This guy's a young guy, he's very good, but he was never tested for 5 rounds. So that was everyone's first thing. And the second thing was, we know you like the crowd, but it will be a small crowd there, but I think you'll be okay. And say, yeah. And they say, money-wise, how good is the money? I say, yeah, it's a little extra money for the main event, and it's no taxes. And they say, okay, perfect. So, yeah, 2 more rounds. I was already doing 5 rounds, So, even before getting camp, we had so many guys with the fight here, like Logan Storley, Jason Jackson, a couple guys getting ready. So we were helping these guys out. Mohammed Berkmov, So I was doing 5 rounds, So yeah, and then we kind of discussed, we talk about everything, and everybody was just like, yeah, 5 rounds, Vegas, 5 rounds, Vegas, 5 rounds, Vegas. I said, done deal, let's go.
I love it, man. So talk about Michael Morales. You talked about, I mean, outside of just the 5 round things. I mean, he is clearly talented. I mean, he's on the rise, right? But he hasn't quite yet faced the level that you have, right? The level that you are. So when you see him, are you impressed by what you see? Do you think this is too soon for him? I mean, what do you see when you break him down?
I'm impressed. He's good. He's so athletic. He's young, even though he hasn't faced a lot of big competition just yet, just because he just got in the ranks now. But so far, he looks very good. He finished New Magny with a crazy elbow. He was able to beat guys that are solid, like people don't give a lot of respect, but I do. Jake Matthews been in the UFC for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Max Griffin being in the UFC forever too, for everybody, so he's beating these guys. I think he's legit, he's so athletic. He's strong, he's tall. He's one of the guys with the biggest the biggest reach in the division. He just lost to Kevin Holland. That's crazy too. But these guys has 79-inch of reach, so very long, kind of Ecuadorian, but kind of Mexican. He's Ecuadorian, but he lives in Tijuana, Mexico. Yeah, trains with a lot of good guys that I heard went to do one of his camps at Bilal Muhammad in Chicago. So I think he's super talented, super young, hungry, and yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. I like the competition. I like it that he's always UFC kind of seeing the veteran, and they giving the opportunity for these new guys. We see that happening on and on and on. And just another one, he got to prove himself as a top contender to get in the top 10, and I got to prove myself that I still remain on the top, So two guys coming hungry should be a good main event.
Yeah, I love the way it's matched up as well. And you said it, right? Like, prove that I'm still one of those guys at the top. Where do you see yourself? Because it's interesting, right? Somebody could just look and they could say, up, Gilbert, 3 straight losses, guy's just not there anymore. But you look and it's the champ, the dude that's about to fight for the title, and the dude that's about to fight for the title after that, who just had an amazing performance. So how do you look at this stretch that you've been through? Can you write it off? Does it bother you? Like, how do you feel about it right now?
To be honest, he bothered me for a while, but it happens, I get injured in one fight, the other one I was winning, then I got knocked out. The other one I had hard problems with the weight cut and the recovery, and the guy showed up ready. Whenever I signed that contract, I should show up ready at that date. I wasn't the way I wanted, but it happens. No excuse. Those guys are tough, top contender, young, hungry. It is what it is. I just think I did a couple of things that helped me, like with little injuries with the age. So I went to Tijuana to the CPI, did the stem cells with the CPI, Cellular Performance Institute, and those guys, bro. And then my body started kind of feeling better again, slowed down with the injuries, and that helped me get a lot through this camp. And being a little bit smart, I was always pushing too much, going too crazy. Sometimes I let my weight go too up, like getting too heavy between fights. So that's one thing that I'm kind of getting better on, not letting my body get too big, and then I gotta lose a lot of weight. Little things that are still kind of growing and getting better, but it is what it is, For sure, I don't want to lose 3 fights back to back. Even in jiu-jitsu, that never happened. I never lost 2 back to back, and now I lost not 2 but 3. But 3 top contenders, 3 tough guys. I have to kind of change a lot of personal things, get stronger with my faith and my relationship with my wife and my kids and the coaches, and kind of honor my coaches and everything. So I think I have to do a lot of changes, but was more internal, not external changes. A lot of things. Being honest with myself, a couple more things, getting my faith to a higher level, and just be more. I would say, like, choose my priorities a little bit, because it got to a point too that after the Shimaev fight, even though I lost, but the fight was so big that I got a lot of opportunities, like a couple business opportunities, couple sponsorships, a lot of traveling, And I think that social media got crazy too. So I think I got so much on my plate that I lost a little bit of the, like, the things that are more important. You know, I was putting a
Right.
lot of attention on making money, business, social media, travel, this and that. And I kind of put that on my priorities and kind of like put my faith and my family a little bit on the side. And so with those losses happening, it was good to see I was kind of changing the priorities. And then now I got back to the priorities, like my faith, my family, put that in the first place. And I think that helped me a lot to even get back where I were, you know. And I still, for sure, we still gotta make money, still gotta do a lot of things, but it cannot be the priority, you know. So now I'm very, I see myself now in a good place personally. Like, my wife is pregnant again. We have another baby coming June 6th. So
Wow.
I'm spending a lot of time at home now, training, resting, stay with the family, and it's been a good time. Like, as a result of my professional career, not much. You know, I come from 3 losses, but in my personal life, I get to a level that are like I'm super happy right now. We accomplished so many things. I have a ton of gratitude for a lot of coaches, for the UFC, for a lot of things that, because of those bad results, that cannot translate on my life. You know, because for sure I still want to win. That's not what I'm saying, but I, you know, like, I cannot be all sad because everything is wrong because I lost. No, I lost, but I still gotta be grateful. So many things, and you know what? Let's change those priorities. Let's get back on the horse and let's see where we are in the next fight.
I love it, man. I think that's such a challenging thing for people maybe to understand, right? Like your fighting career matters, and but it can't be all that you are, and it can't be everything that you are, and it can't impact your life, right? And I don't think people realize maybe that aren't fighters, like how much everything that's going on around outside impacts what happens in that cage, right, man? Just all the stress and the psychology and the mentality of everything. So maybe you get the piece and everything sorted out, you know, outside the cage, and all of a sudden everything starts clicking inside the cage.
Yes, I agree. And then I even was in Miami for the fight, and I had like quick conversation with Dominick Reyes, you know. And then for me personally, he's one of the guys that I feel very bad that I don't want to see that guy lose, because he was the one that kind of allegedly beat John Jones, right?
Right.
He was the one that was more controversial, and seeing that guy on the losing streak was so bad, you know. Like, man, that guy, like, whenever his luck is gonna come, you know. And then he's coming from 2 finishes, and then we gotta, like, we have a quick conversation on the backstage, and I was, bro, I was very happy that you won, you know, because I kind of see myself and yourself a little bit. You know, it's very close to become a champion. I lost, and a couple of things happened. Now I come from 3 loss streak, and I was seeing you, but I saw that you changed something internal. And then he was just like, "How do you know?" And I said, "Because I don't know. I presume because some same kind of is happening with me right now." And then we have a good chat, but it was just kind of like, sometimes these happen with a couple of guys and they want to change camps, they want to change coaches and everything, but sometimes the change is not the outside change, you know. It's the inside little things that we're not seeing, and we just gotta change the kind of the lens to see it. But yeah, I've been doing that a lot right now, and then getting a lot of results already. I'm in a great shape, bro. The coaches, everybody, bro, you ready to do 5 rounds? That was one of the first training camps that I'm getting in shape through the training camp, no injuries. So very happy with these guys too, and yeah, looking forward for this fight.
I love it. So congrats on the new child on the way. I imagine your wife's not traveling. Would she even watch you fight being that close to delivery? Does she have to like just leave the TV off and like not even watch you fight?
She's tough, bro. She's very tough. I don't think she's gonna travel. I don't think she's going to the fight because the fight's May 17th. She's due like 3 weeks after that, maybe 4, but I don't think she's going. She wants you. She said, "I'll see." I don't think she's going, but yeah, I might. I don't know. Depending how the fight goes, I might accelerate that. I gotta fly right back to the hospital, you know, to see it. But she's tough, bro, and she don't want to have. You know, that's the thing. she was so sick during the 2 pregnancies that we had, like super sick, a lot of pain. And I was trying to have a daughter, and then I kind of convinced her to do it, but he's another boy. So he's another boy. And then, bro, she's so small, she's so tiny, she's like walking around like 115, 120 pounds. Now she's 146. The belly is so big, she has no position to sleep. And I felt bad because she didn't want to have, but it is what it is. So I gotta honor her. So yeah, a little bit more extra motivation to get that win as well.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited that everything's coming together for you. What's the latest with the Show Me the Money podcast? You and Moicano, man, you guys are amazing together. A great show. If anybody's not listened to it, you guys have great insight, but you're just hilarious as well. So what's going on with you guys, and where are you taking that podcast?
Bro, the podcast is doing amazing. I told the boys, I got to do a little pause for the training camp. I want to 100% focus on that. Like I said, I had so much things on my plate, the YouTube channels, Portuguese and English podcasts, other Brazilian podcasts. I had the supplement company. I have so much stuff that I got to give a pause, like say, let me pause that for right now until the fight. After the fight, we're back to work. And whenever I have a next fight, I'm going to pause again. But right now I'm a little pause. But the podcast, it's been so funny. It's like the numbers are crazy. People want to come in. So everybody's talking about it. So we're doing a good job.
That's awesome, man. I really enjoy it. I got to ask you one other too. I saw you were working with the folks over at Threads, which of course is the UFC's new official social media channel. I haven't used Threads yet, man. I know you're usually on top of social media. You're on your game. This is the official partner with the UFC now. So I guess if we're MMA fans, do we got to get over there, or is it like, let's wait and see what's going on? Tell us the real truth.
Bro, they were amazing. Still the same guys from Instagram and Facebook, so they know what they're doing. They want to do a little bit kind of like half Instagram, half X. That's kind of like what it is over there. I like it. And we got to use, fortunately. Sometimes I want to get everything out of my phone. I have no social media, but we got to do, it's part of the business. It's part of the sponsorship deals. We got to do a bunch of posts, be active. But yeah, so we have fun there. We got a gift. We had a bag full of signing stuff, UFC stuff, and trade stuff. And they have that thing that I just throw a bag in a place and we take a picture and then we see who get it. So it was fun, it was good to work with Treds. They want to do a lot of more stuff, and yeah, it was, what, let's do it, So it's always good to do a little content with the UFC partnership, and looking forward to working more with these guys.
I love it, man. Well, listen, I like it. Everything's on pause right now. You focus on the fights. Afterwards, we'll get everything going again. I'm excited because I'm not going to get to go to Canada. It's my son's birthday that weekend, so I won't be there. But May 17th, now you're coming to Las Vegas. You're going to be at the Apex. I'll be there. So what can we expect, man? I mean, like you said, stylistically, man, this thing looks very exciting. There's great storylines. Are you expecting to have to go 5 rounds, to go back and forth, or can you go out there and show some levels to this game? What do we see in this fight?
These guys very tough, I'm not gonna lie. You get great takedown defense, got great jiu-jitsu, good striking, very long, tall. I'll be ready for 5 rounds. We might gotta go there. I don't know. I might pull something out of the hat. Maybe get a submission there, maybe get a knockout. But those guys are very tough nowadays. Very hard to say, oh, I'm going to finish. It's going to be a tough fight, and I'll be ready for it. If you got to go 5 rounds, let's do it on the best side possible. But for sure, I'm always going to look for a finish, and I think he's going to look for a finish too. Even though it's in the Apex, a lot of fans doesn't like it, but it's kind of very private, very personal. I like it, and yeah, I think you guys should tune in because I got to go. He's going to be all win on that fight. I got to go for a win.
I love it. Gilbert, appreciate the time as always. Looking forward to this fight, and we'll see you on May 17th here in Las Vegas.
Thank you, John. Have a good one, brother.